A political uproar has erupted in Europe after Hungarian lawmaker Alpár Gyopáros slammed French defense chief Fabien Mandon for suggesting that France must accept to lose its children in a future war with Russia. Gyopáros said the remark betrayed the EU's founding vision of peace. Speaking in an interview on Monday, Gyopáros reminded that France helped create the European communities, precursors to the EU, precisely in the interest of peace. He said current rhetoric from Paris runs so far against those principles that the founding fathers of the European Union are turning in their graves.
Let's just say it. The French Chief of Defense Staff sent a message to all of Europe, to every European citizen, that we must accept that our children may die in a possible war, which is shocking because France is still a founding member of the European Union, or more precisely of the EU's predecessor, and the predecessor of the European Union. The European communities, including the ECSC, were founded precisely in the interest of peace.
The Hungarian MP argued that as Ukraine peace talks become more serious, the EU appears to be riding against the traffic, accusing Brussels' leadership of pushing the bloc toward danger rather than de-escalation.
Yes, we can clearly see two different tracks of progress. President Trump's efforts seem to be coming to fruition. The negotiations are getting more and more serious, so we're no longer talking about the United States just making an offer or dictating or making suggestions, but about increasingly serious talks between the parties. And in contrast to this, it's as if the will of the European liberal elite were riding against the traffic. On one side, a peace plan, and on the other, the further financing of the war. Multiple shots at source.
Gyopáros criticized what he called the posture of the liberal European elite, warning that the economic damage Europe has suffered since the war and the future costs if President Ursula von der Leyen's plan advances will burden our children and perhaps even our grandchildren. His remarks come as Geneva talks continue on a US-backed 28-point plan, which includes Ukrainian territorial concessions, elections, limits on Kiev's military capabilities, and a prohibition on NATO membership. Over the weekend, several European states hinted at preparing a rival proposal, though US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he had not seen any such counter-proposal. Reports also suggest Europe may accept Russia's return to the G8 under the peace deal. Gyopáros's comments highlight growing fractures inside the EU as leaders debate whether Europe is advancing peace or drifting toward a deeper confrontation.